Hello, my name is Heather Lloyd. Welcome to the summary presentation of my LibGuide project, Advanced Search, the Mythology and Folklore Database. The target audience for this guide is creative writing students who are studying storycraft and the use of archetypes and motifs for narrative construction and character development. This LibGuide is also suitable for anyone with a general interest in storytelling or folklore. The instruction reflects the needs of this user group rather than the needs of folklorists or scholars who regularly use the database for cross-cultural study of folklore and myth. The goal of this LibGuide is to provide creative writers an inspirational tool for mixing and rearranging elements to craft new narratives. Storytelling is an ancient art. The motifs, relationships, and emotional content of our myths have been repeated across time and shared across cultures and continents, while always being adapted in ways that are unique to the teller and their own experience. We are now in an era of AI slop. Creative content is scraped and recombined using invisible algorithms motivated by monetization, removed from its context, its origins, and its human authenticity. People are increasingly turning to generative AI like ChatGPT, citing its use as a brainstorming tool or as a source of ideas from which to build from. In creating a LibGuide for the Folklore and Mythology database, I hope to provide my target audience with a better way to source authentic inspiration, one that keeps context and cultural origins intact and preserves the essential humanity which underlies timeless storytelling. In creating this LibGuide, I researched the Mythology and Folklore database, tested various searches, and compiled the information I believed most relevant to my target audience. I also designed and built the LibGuide using the online interface provided by the SJSU School of Information. As part of my design, I added 2 online polls so users can leave some very basic immediate feedback. I also used testing to check for broken links. Ideally, I would like to test effectiveness through a more in-depth survey using a sample population of users at various levels of creative writing experience and search experience. This group would include diverse users of various ages, abilities, and backgrounds to test for accessibility and clarity. Users of this LibGuide will learn about the database, its mission, its creator, and its catalogs, definitions of terms commonly used by folklorists which are necessary to understanding the content of the database, how to create an account, log into the database, and locate the advanced search page, how to formulate a narrative search using advanced search techniques, which include Boolean operators, wildcards, and exact phrases, how to identify and locate resources offered by the database to enhance or modify search, how to formulate a narrative search using the optimal search features, which include semantic similarity threshold, which controls precision, my theme filter and search, which are similar to subject headings, data sources search, which allows partial search based on its 3 catalogs, and metadata search, which allows for search of metadata only. About the difference between search and browsing, how to identify and locate and utilize resources offered by the database to facilitate browsing, including the bibliography, the catalogs, the interpretive map of locations and traditions, the My Theme list, and the compare motif search. And last, where to find additional help and resources and tutorial videos. Researching the database was very enjoyable. The challenge in this project was learning and applying the online interface to build the LibGuide web pages. Like all interfaces, it has a few quirks, and adapting to its unique features was a bit of a learning curve. Overall, though, it felt straightforward and getting started was very intuitive, but the process was slow. I incorporated recommended best practices for building LibGuides, including F-shaped composition, short blocks of text broken up with plenty of white space, a sans serif font, clear headings and subheadings, and a vertical left side navigation menu. I also used tab boxes to group related topics together and keep scrolling at a minimum. Some pages are lengthy as they cover topics needing more explanation, but overall the guide does not ask the user to do too much work. I included images to reinforce the textual information. Most are instructional, but I also included a little fox with a word bubble to lend continuity and to add in humor and color to create more interest. Like all projects that involve research, building out the pages was iterative, and I found myself making many revisions as I went along. I found that building the LibGuide really deepened my own understanding of the database and its many interconnected elements. It offers many different pathways to access heavily cross-referenced information, allowing for drilling down further than I anticipated with early superficial use. Thank you for listening. I've provided the links for the LibGuide and the database if you would like to explore further.